My name is Marlon Bolin, aka BZ Bwai. I'm a singer-songwriter slash barber, and this is my story.
Throughout the hard times, we're still making changes. Find the ways to help each other, many similar faces. There's a way.
I was born in Chicago when I was like 3, 4 months old. I think it was like 3, 4, 5 months old. My mom sent me to Belize when I was and I grew up out there in Belize with my grandma. And yeah, it was a very humble beginning. I was brought up in a very humble beginning where, when your grandma was cooking, she go pluck some cilantro out from outside, go pluck some tomatoes, like. So it was cool when it's time to eat. She wouldn't be scared to kill a chicken. You know what I'm saying? She would hold that motherfucker, just bow, and then you see him running around. See my grandma pick it up, put it in the damn pot, in the boiling pot, pluck out all the hairs, and it was crazy, man. Growing up out there, and I feel like I got a lot of my influence in music, um, going to church. Just my mom having me in church, playing the guitar, playing the piano with my brother. Um, but it was definitely fun, man, and but also there was a lot of things I had to deal with just growing up as a kid. You know what I'm saying? Like not really having my mom and my pops there, just my grandma really to raise us. And it was very, I'm sure it was very tough for her because we were badass little kids, but she pulled through, man. She grew. I feel like she's the one that really molded me to the person I am right now. She did her best, but I do feel there's a lot of things that I've been through as a kid that was traumatic, and I felt like that's the reason why it's important for, parents, moms, dad, to be there, you know what I'm saying, for them to give you that protection and that guidance in a way. And I feel like a lot of that played a role into my struggle in life, in general, just learning late, not really knowing too much things, figuring everything out late in life, you know what I'm saying? And but it was cool. So when I was like 15 years old, 14, 15, my mom's hit me up. She used to stay in California at the time, and she was all like, "Yo, you guys want to come out here?" Because she felt like it would be a good opportunity for us to be out there, than Belize, because she just felt like it was what's best for us. But it's crazy because right now I think about it because I feel like, damn, my grandma probably had to go through so much, and she did go through so much because she told me a lot of stories. She was like, how much time she cried when we left. You know what I'm saying? Because she had us for 15 years, and I didn't know. I was a little kid. I just was just excited to go. Let's go. Like, I'm ready to go to the States and mush things up. But me as a little kid thinking like that. I had a little dollar. I had money. I was ironing my money before I go to the States. That shit was funny as hell. Had it a little crispy. If you wet the money and you iron it, you bring that shit right back to life. But it's crazy because I didn't think about how much it affected my grandma. She was like, there's a lot of nights she stayed crying, and she was like, man, I have to check myself. They're not dead. They just left. They just went to the States. What's best for them. And came to the States. It was a little rough. I my grandma, my stepdad and my mom's picked us up, and we drove to the house, right? And my mom goes, which house you think is ours? And me, I look at the best looking house. I'm like, that one. And she's like, no, it's this one. I'm like, oh shit. I didn't really say that, but it was just like coming from Belize, because we had our own house. We had a nice house. We owned our own land, dogs. Like we didn't have. It was nothing. It's a simple life. You grow what you eat. The cattle. You kill your cattle, slice and dice, put it on the pot and cook it and eat it. So out here it's just a completely different lifestyle. But when I came out here, I kind of got lost in just hanging around the wrong crowd. My grandma taught me to living with my grandma. I learned how to play the guitar, sing. I did a little bit of keyboards, But coming to the States, it was just a lot of distractions in school, hanging around with the wrong people, and lost a lot of time that I had to catch up later on in my life. But going to school, I went to LA High, by the way, in near South Central Midtown area, not South Central, but more Midtown. I was raised there the next half of my life, and just getting into mischief, played basketball in high school, did the whole thing, and then actually my brother Kevin, my older brother, he had this beat, and he just played it one time in our apartment, right? And he just played it, and this was I say like probably at least 2 3 years after, probably 4 years after I came from Belize. That's when I was all like, damn, this music is coming back to me, you know what I'm saying? And I always did it. I just lost track of everything, but music was always in me. And then he played it. We did a song. We were like, damn, this shit is sick. It was nothing serious at the time. It was just like, damn, my voice is on this shit right here. This shit is dope. My homie has a record. He sent it to me the other day. I'm like, don't ever play this shit again. You know what I'm saying? Put that shit in the grave, homie. But it was crazy, man, how it all started. Making a long story short, me and my brother did a lot of music. We were in the streets and in the gas station slanging CDs. We had found a store that sold $30 for 100 CDs, and we'll burn all 100 of them with one freaking computer, all 100 of them, and then we would just sell it for $1 and make $300. So it was crazy. Um, and we did music for a minute. Then actually one of the homies, O'Brown, one of my homie Rocky actually introduced my brother to a dude named O'Brown, which had a show at Be Real TV. And at Be Real TV, he was interviewing everybody, artists, singers, paint, all everybody in every genre. So we went over there, and he introduced me to him. He interviewed us. I actually performed my whole set on my whole mixtape on his show, and he was all like, "Let's do a record together." So I'm like, "Yeah, whatever, man, let's do it." I didn't take anything serious. Um, and a week later, I think he hit me up and he said, "Actually, I found the beat, and he had hit me up, and I already had that beat." So I was like, "Yo, let's get on this record." It was a record called Rebel, and the record. Long story short, man, we made the record, we put it out, and it made so much noise. Me and the homie was like, "Yo, we should do an album and get a band together." You know what I'm saying? So he got all the fucking he used all his connections. This dude he has a lot of connections, and good dude right there. So we did the band, we did the whole album, did a lot of touring. Long story short, again, a lot of touring. We went to Russia twice in a row. We did the 311 cruise. Um, um, so much things. Sold out the House of Blues, and we were just going, man. And it was like feeling like I was on top of the world. You know what I'm saying? But it was almost like unreal too. But certain situations was happening to where I felt like my voice wasn't heard in certain ways. In the band and music, and I expressed it, and there was definitely a disagreement there. When I actually brought it to the table, and there's certain things that he didn't want to agree on what I told him, to see if he would agree with it, and he didn't. And so the band broke up. I started doing my own thing. Um, and what else, man? I came back with the band. I did my own thing for like a year, and then I came back with the band. He hit me up. He was like, "Yo, man, we got to get this shit back together." I'm like, "Yeah, man, but we gotta start listening to each other." You know what I'm saying, and believing in each other. And so yeah, we did all that. We came back to the band, and we made another album. We did some couple records with Cypress Hill. We did a couple records with what's that, Delinquent Habits, and we did a lot of stuff, man. And I'm very grateful to experience those things and live through those things. And it's crazy because now, like, I'm doing my own thing now, but those experiences definitely molded me to the person I am now, and it's just crazy coming from Belize, coming from a small country like that, going to Russia, I'm like, what the hell am I doing out here? In Russia, this is crazy, and it's all because of the music. Like I would have never been there without the music. So but now I'm doing my own thing. As of right now, I do my solo stuff. The band is still there, but I feel like life caught up to everyone, and life just caught up to everyone, and everybody's doing their own thing. But I don't know. I always had the music stuff inside of me. Like I always felt like I had to express it some way, somehow. Um, and even when tell myself, there's some days when I'm just like, man, I just want to quit, yo, because this is like I've been doing it for so long. I've been doing it for so damn long, and it's hard. Sometimes it's hard, but you have to find that motivation. And it's crazy because when you're down and out, I still go back to the music, so it's in me. So I feel like that's what creates the music I make right now. Just everything that I've been through, the trials and tribulations. I feel like it's more therapy for myself, and it happens to be therapy for other people because there's people that come up to me a lot of times and was like, yo, like your music helped me went through my dad's passing, and I just be like, what the hell? Like that shit's crazy. And I feel like those are the things that really motivated me to keep doing what I'm doing. I already love doing what I'm doing, and I think I would never. It's something that I can't just like leave behind. It's always in me. But hearing those things from people is crazy. It's very definitely inspiring. It's like, it's almost like a purpose. Like I'm fulfilling my purpose. Like touching someone else's spirit and soul like that. I think it's one of the most powerful things. Like more powerful than money and all that other stuff. Like when you could uplift someone and inspire someone. And regardless, because I'm not the biggest artist. I'm not even. I'm still coming up. I've been doing it for so long, and I'm still on my way. And it's just crazy. The one, two, three, four people that told me those things, how my music changed their lives and helped them go through tough times in their life. I'm like, man, that's just. I was going through a tough time writing it. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Um, but yeah, it's crazy to know and see the place you come from and what you can make of it. If you don't quit. Like once you don't quit, like, and I feel like I'll never quit. All you gotta do is be consistent, know what you want to do, have that vision. What I'm saying, and manifest it. What I'm saying, really believe in yourself. Like nobody else is gonna believe in you. Nobody's gonna believe in you like you believe in you. What I'm saying, and that's why you got to take those actions that you feel you have to do, and it's not even, it's for your whole family too. Like because at the end of the day, like we have to build something for our future. Our generation, our kids, our kids' kids, our kids' kids. I feel like that's one thing I probably would, if I'm on a deathbed. That's probably something I would definitely be scared of not having, like that structure for my family. But yeah, that's the whole life in all in one. And right now I'm doing shows. I have a new single out featuring Sekan. He's one of the biggest artists in Mexico. Actually, I didn't even touch that story. Fucking shout out to Sekan, man. He put me on heavy, heavy, heavy through my homeboy Concrete. He's out there doing some dope comedy stuff too. But yeah, that story is crazy. This dude sent me a beat. Concrete was like, this fool Sekan, he needs a hook to this song right here. And I'm like, yo, send it to me real quick. So he send it. I do the record, like I say, like I wrote it in like 2 days. I was like, let me marinate. Wrote it, bought a ticket. He's like, you ready to come to Mexico? I'm like, you serious? He's like, yeah, tomorrow, bro. He's like, I'm like, what? I just did the record, bro. I gotta memorize the lyrics and everything. But it was dope though, because he flew me out there. I'm driving through Mexico. I'm seeing this dude's billboard face on billboards and bus stops and everything. And I'm just like, what the fuck? And I go to the hotel. This fucking room is smoky like crazy. Maids is coming in, can't even see where they're going with the food. it was pretty. It was definitely an experience. Like I feel like any kid or any person doing music would want to have. You know what I'm saying? Like a big ass artist just invites you to do a music video in their city and represent. He made me represent where I come from. He represent his where he came from. Concrete was on the record too. He's from San Fernando Valley. He represented too. But that story was dope, and that's the same guy that I have a record with right now. That's out right now called "The Way She Moves." Yeah, go check it out. And I have a bunch of records on my Spotify and all digital platforms as well. So y'all can go check that out too.
How do you feel the internet has impacted the music business?
Man, the internet has it's insane because now the internet has made it to where I could put something out and you could potentially make one of the biggest artists see it. You know what I'm saying? Like one of the biggest art now. Back then it was like you had to know someone and that person had to talk to this one, and then it'll get to that person, and get their attention. But nowadays, man, anybody can get that attention, and it's so I feel like it's beneficial. It's a blessing and a curse, you know what I'm saying? Because like I feel like with social media, everybody's on their phones now too. Like it's always a balance, Because I'd be on the home with my phone. I'm like, let me check myself. I throw my phone in the back, like just to get in tune with what's here. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I think it's definitely helped musicians and anybody that has any kind of business and that want to create a business and stuff like that. That's the way to go. You could build your clientele and everything, make some money off social media. Being homeless was definitely tough because and I missed that whole part coming talking about it because when I first came from Belize, we had this house, this apartment for like I say like 2 3 years, and my we didn't have the financial situation to put us we're in another home, and so we end up homeless. We were living in a camper, but you know what's crazy though, man? Like regardless of us being homeless, like I don't, we had a good time, like in the camper. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't. We weren't complaining. We always cleaned, washed, bathed. You know what I'm saying? We took the camper to the beach. My my dad does. He's a freaking handyman to anything. So he fixed up the camper, the stove, and everything. We bought carne asada, put on some Bob Marley, and we were just on the beach, chilling, cooking, everybody eating, and it was it was like that for a cool 2 3 years, bro. Where but it all definitely put me on the grind because I told myself, ain't no way in hell I'm staying here. You know what I'm saying? Or let have it get worse for us. Like that's definitely a major part of my grind and my hustle, being homeless like that, and just. But like I said, I we made the best of it. Everything God put you in certain situations, just got to make the best of it and learn from every situation, But it was definitely a little traumatic to to go from Belize, uh, having your house, your room, your dog, like a simple life, but to come to the United States and be homeless. But it is what it is. Like I made something good of myself. I'm proud of myself and the person I became, today. I feel like the best advice is I've been given is to just I feel like be wise, yo, like because be wise because being wise I feel like it's more um you don't have to being wise you don't have to like go through it to learn. Being wise, you just have to listen to someone that you respect or someone that you feel is worthy to listen to, and you got to take that advice and run with it. I feel like I'm the youngest out of my brothers and stuff like that, so I was the one looking at them fucking up. I'd be like, I don't want to be him. You know what I'm saying? I'm motherfucking in jail. Goddamn. That's what I not want to do. My relationship with my parents is it's decent. I feel like honestly I feel like because I didn't have that my first part of my life wasn't with my mom's or my dad. I feel like we never built a connection in a way. You know what I'm saying? I still love her. She's my mom's, and I'll always love her. But it's just a situation that came to. We just never Like we never had that with my dad. He was never there. That motherfucker, he want to hit me up now, talking about, talking about, oh yo man, meet my daughter, all this shit. I'm like, dog, you haven't asked me one question about myself. That's how I know where your intentions go, where it's lying. You know, you're hitting me up, man, because you see all this stuff I'm doing. I'm just working hard, bro. I don't got money like that. You know, I'm just busting my ass, you know, and treat myself now and then, but and but it's crazy right now. It's decent. I would say.
Have kids?
Yes, I have one daughter.
So
One daughter.
you're with your
My wife. Yes, yes. I
so
just got married last year with my.
congratulations.
Yeah, well, thank you, thank you. I just got married last year with my wife. We flew out to Belize. I always told myself, if I'm gonna get married, I'm gonna do it the right way. I'm not gonna go to no fucking court. You know what I'm saying? That was just me though. That was my. I told myself that's not what, and I'm gonna really think about who I'm gonna marry. You know, because I've been with my wife for now almost 9 years, and been married for a year now. You know.
Do you see yourself? Do you catch yourself just loving on your baby
Oh
or
yeah, no,
do you
for
have
sure. I feel just not having a dad. Excuse me, not having a dad there. Like it's tough. It's tough. Like not having a mom or a dad or having that connection to that because I always see, my wife. She has an amazing relationship with, but it's also stems from the family. Like their grandpa is the one that stuck them together. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, a lot of families they have issues and they make one little thing a big thing and they don't see each other for a long time. But it definitely not having a dad made me a better person, because I know I would never do that. And I just don't understand it. Like to me, it doesn't make sense, like for me to bring someone in this world and not think about every day if he's eating, if he has a roof over his head, you know what I'm saying? All that stuff. You're like not even thinking about that for 25, 30 years. And it's your responsibility that kid is here. So it's one of those things where and I felt that one time when my daughter she was like I think a year old and she was crying one night. And I'm like, fuck, I gotta get up. You know what I'm saying? But then, I was new to it, but I had to check myself. I'm like, you're the reason why she's here, bro. Man the fuck up and handle your business. Like, I speak to myself like that all the time, like trying to check myself and knowing what's, but it's crazy, man. And I don't can't see myself like I can't be 2 days without her. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, I went to a festival the other day. I told my wife, we're gonna go get her because I can't be a whole nother day, without her. Like we're gonna go get her and come back. So we went all the way to Simi Valley. No, we went all the way to Ventura and drove all the way back to Long Beach. It's crazy. Yeah, because it's tough as for me because I feel like a father's supposed to be there to guide you. You know what I'm saying? Like my stepdad, I all respect and salute to my stepdad because he really put it down. Like we were homeless, we were living in motels, and he worked. He got up every single day at 4 or 5 in the morning, every day. Didn't miss a day for like a couple years, and just made sure we had some place to stay or somewhere to live. You know what I'm saying? Like and I do respect that, but it's still like there's still not a connection like how I would want it to be. You know what I'm saying? There wasn't no like, yo, man, sit down. What you want to talk about, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like it was more like, yeah, he was taking care of us. He taught me a lot with the construction biz, and he took care of us like financially and stuff like that. But there was none things that I felt like I would have gotten from a person that like your father, you know what I'm saying? Like yo, like the caring like me, like I wanna know everything about my daughter. I'm over her like a hawk, you know what I'm saying? I want just know the person that you made, so you know what I don't hold the thing I'm talking about it because it's just reality and
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
it's what it is, but it's no resentment there for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I understand that my mom may have something that she can't talk about. You know what I'm saying? She can't express. So I'm still the guy to be like, yo, she probably keeps dealing with stuff. Like that's why I always say be nice to people because you never know what they're dealing with. But regardless, the reality is this is a situation. like, but I still don't hold no resentment because of those things, Like I still end I still was I'm still good. God still guided me. Like I felt like, through the regardless of the pain he put me through, the struggle, I had to learn the hard way. I had to learn the long way. I had to go the long route. There's times I do barbering too. I'm a barber and I see these kids come in there and I cut and these 18-year-olds right there on their phone on stocks. I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't know socks till I was like 30, 27. I'm like, what the fuck is that? It's just crazy. And I realized it's not really my fault. I just didn't have that guidance to guide me through things that will help me in my future, that will make things easy for me in my future. But I do think that everything happens for a reason though. Like I feel like nobody that's been through the things or similar to what I've been through should hold any kind of resentment or anything. It's just I feel like I'm just at peace like now, Like I've built myself to where I'm at. I don't hold no resentment. I still love them. I hold no resentment towards them. It's just it is what it is, and I feel like I'm more at peace when when um when you let things go. When you let things go.
What's next for you?
What's next? She I'm happy to be a dad. What's next is just seeing my daughter grow and and do what I can financially to help her and guide her the right way. And with the music stuff too, I'm just loving what I'm doing right now. I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to, man, I gotta make it, I gotta make it. I'm just in the moment, loving what I do, and just I'm praying I have a relationship with God, pray every day, try to have visions, try to make my life fun, close my eyes, vision the things I want like vividly, and just see it happen. Like just I was talking to Danny the other day how I was just tripping how things was happening, how God is just coordinating stuff. Like and you see it, you're just like, damn. So I'm just like, I'm not even tripping. I'm not impatient. I'm taking it day by day. He probably wants me to learn something for the big day or wants me to prepare me. I'm being prepared. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I look at it. I don't look at like I'm not trying to be no mega like I feel like with my music, once I'm touching souls, like once someone can hear my music, even if I have 500 listeners in my Spotify, like even if that and one of those and all five or two like change their mood or help them in some kind of way, I feel like I'm doing something, and that's my purpose. It's not necessarily about the fame or trying to get to know, none of that stuff for me. And I feel like it's fun. It's just fun. I'm loving what I'm doing. I built myself to make music, have the right people around me, and doing what I love as far as barbering. I remember in Russia they're interviewing us and they're like, so if you weren't doing music, what would you be doing right now? I was like, probably cutting hair. I told them, which is crazy because like 3-4 years later I went to school and became a barber, and now I'm just I felt like I needed that though because I was doing the whole 9 to 5 working laundromat in a hotel in the freaking hot fucking. There was this dude that came down and was like, "You see, that's why you guys should have went to school." He was saying it in Spanish every single day, but it's just funny, I did the whole AT&T door to door knocking Uverse. I did a security guard. I did a lot of 9 to 5s, and so having this barber gig and getting my mind right, having my daughter line me up to take care of business, so to speak.
Did you see the new Bob Marley movie or no?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did that have any like did you like were you sitting there and like did you enjoy it? Because like I'm pretty sure you had a different feel than anybody that went like that. Somebody that's not a musician that went to watch it. You had a
Yeah.
whole different feel on it.
The crazy feeling I have about that one movie. I was looking at my wife like this. She's like, you see, no, it's just we have a little debate with that, but it was just the as far as how Bob Marley was, how the mental space he had to be in. You know what I'm saying, to be that great and to write the songs that he wrote, and and I know in the story it said his wife was obviously there's always up and down, and she probably didn't understand certain things. And remember the argument? Did you see the argument when they were outside the car? Yeah, but she had a point though, and there was always a balance to it. There's always a balance to the family and music, but it's also hard too, because when with me too, like my wife, she had to learn sometimes too when I'm doing music and I'm focused, she just leaves me alone. She just walks away. You know what I'm saying? Because she knows I'm in there. Like like she knows not before it was like, what the fuck you doing? You know what I'm saying? But we've grown out, like we've really learned to understand each other, and but I feel like that's one of the parts in that movie that's kind of it relates a lot relates just seeing him jamming in the studio creating these songs. It was a very inspiring for me too, man. And what's crazy about him is how he just kept on touring after he knew he was going to die, and he didn't have to die either. Like they was talking about they could cremate his foot, like I mean not cremate, fucking amputate amputate his foot, and he would, but it wasn't a part of his religion, so he stuck with that. But that's one crazy stuff though. I don't, because when you have kids, it's a whole different story, That's a very tough thing to do, like. But I guess you have your belief. You have your belief. You gotta stick with it. So I met my wife. I went to this bar. I'm glad I met my wife the way I met my wife. I feel like it's the most organic way and normal way. Nowadays, it's the Bumble and this the social media, and it's a swipe left, swipe right. So I met my wife the most organic way. But I was chilling on the dance floor, right, and her ass, she's looking at me like Marilyn Monroe. You remember that time when fucking the wind is blowing and she's you know. And I'm like, I'm noticing she's paying attention. I thought she was, because she has so thick, she has so much hair. I thought she was like light skinned black girl. She do that. She's feeling herself because she knows I'm looking too. But long story short, I always mess with her because of that. With that, long story short, yeah, I saw her at the bar, walked up to her, and just start talking, dancing, and her ass. Never mind, something I shouldn't say. I won't say it. But yeah, I met her at a bar. Yeah, and it's been 9 years, and we were always saying like, damn, I wonder if we gonna be together for a long time. I was always questioning. I tell her the same thing. She's like, I don't know. But it's crazy. Like I didn't expect that. I didn't expect to get married. I didn't expect none of that. I guess that's the best way, when you don't force anything. Yeah.
What do you think would be the best advice for anybody in a relationship nowadays to make it work? To
Whew.
continue.
Let's get this conversation started. Hold on. First of all, nah. Oh. No, look, this is the best way, right? Look at this. Listen to me, people. Nah, me personally, I feel that people get into things way too fast, to where they get into it so fast to where they really don't know that person. So when you're together for a month, right? You know each other for a month. Decide you're gonna go out. 3 years later, you decide this motherfucker smoke too goddamn much, or he's a or you know what I'm saying, and you hate that shit. So there's, I feel like getting to know each other first and really like being friends, and build that relationship, that connection, and just don't force anything in a way, just build that connection and understand each other, because I feel like once you understand each other, there won't be much conflict. I feel like the only conflict you'll have if you're fucking running a business together and you be talking some shit or have some kind of disagreements or something, but it wouldn't be nothing that would affect the relationship because y'all know each other. Man, I feel like not giving the advice I would give to up and coming artists, and I'm still an up and coming artist, but I've done so much. Um, is just be authentic, man. Be authentic. Enjoy it. Don't try to make it a job. Because that's when it becomes, you get annoyed, and you get writer's block. Even me, sometimes I get writer's block, but I just I let it go. I said, I'm gonna relax, put everything down, go about my day, go get some kind of motivation, experience, drive the hills, or get some kind of inspiration, you know. But I do feel like just really enjoy what you do, and it doesn't even have to be music, you know. It can be anything. Just know what you want. Know, tell yourself, picture yourself if you could do that shit for the rest of your life, and you'll be happy, you know. And but yeah, that's the advice. Just enjoy what you do and never quit. Never quit. Once you stick to that thing, keep doing it. Never quit. Stay consistent. And I feel like anything is possible. It's like an easy ass blueprint, but it's so hard at the same time. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's stick, find your passion, stick to it, perfect it, and it will automatically bring blessings to your life. You know what I'm saying? As much as you probably will be giving blessing people you don't even know, you know, like, but yeah, that'll be it.
Any specific message that you might want to give to anybody special in your life?
I would just say to my wife, you know, because she is a major part of the person I am today in my life, regardless of a lot of shit we've been through. Um, yeah, I would say all the credit I feel like deserved to my wife, you know, my mom's too, because she's the one that brought me out here to even be here, you know, brought me in this world. You know, my stepdad too. I respect him too, because he worked so hard for us. You know what I'm saying? He kept us under a roof for years, you know, under a roof for years. And yeah, man, shout out to my brothers. And yeah, that's it. Shout out, baby. What's up, baby? Yo, what up? What up? It's BZ Bwai in the building.